feel good, I feel good. Or doing a bunch of affirmations where I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. And your brain goes, BS. That's not enough. What you've got to do is change the way you're moving. I mean, think about it. When you were growing up, didn't you have a parent that told you, hey, look, if you're depressed, go do something? Why did that work? Because when you go do something, you change the way you move, you change the way you breathe, you change what you're focusing on and what you're paying attention to, and whammo, you have an emotional change, a state change, if you will. So I want you to realize the power of your own physical body. When I was struggling, I had no idea the power of my body. I was at the effect, but you know what? I still use these tools. I just used them in the wrong way. Hey, listen, you already know the power of your body. When you don't like the way you feel, what do you usually do? I'll tell you what most Americans do. They do something to change the way they feel by changing their body, by changing their biochemistry. What do? They do things like drink alcohol. Why? Because the minute you drink alcohol, does it change your state? You bet. You behave differently when you're in a different feeling state? You better believe it. I goes, yeah, man, I sure do. The bottom line is you changed your biochemistry. As soon as you did that, that was changing physiology, and your emotions and feelings and behaviors changed instantly. Now, a lot of people in our society, when they don't like how they feel, they change their body and change the way they feel by using cigarettes. They smoke, and therefore they breathe differently. When they breathe differently, they feel differently. When they feel differently, they behave differently. So they don't like how they're feeling. They're feeling a little tight. They're feeling a little frustrated. They're feeling a little stressed. They smoke a cigarette, and they think the cigarette makes them feel better. What makes them feel better is the fact that they're taking nice, deep, slow breaths. Why not try it without the cigarette? What a concept. Amazing. The bottom line is you can change just by changing your breathing alone. Now, what else do we do? Well, a lot of people, when they don't like the way they feel, what do? They eat. You know, they go, I don't feel good, and they eat. And then they get fat, and they look in the mirror, and they don't like how they look. That makes them feel worse. So they don't like the way they feel, so they eat some more. Right? And then they're caught up in that loop again. Have you ever been there? So food is another way we try and change our physical body in order to do it. Some people just go to sleep. And some people do things like go shopping or watch TV, but we're going to talk about that in your next tape. Those are people that are changing what they're focusing on. But the primary way most of us try and change how we feel is by changing the way we use our physical body. Drugs is the most obvious example. We've already talked about that. Cocaine. Why? Because it changes their state rapidly. That's why people still purchase it, even though it destroys their life simultaneously. They don't focus on that. The point is, any change in your physical body makes an immediate radical change in the way that you feel. So what you've got to learn to do is use this to your advantage. Instead of being at the effect of things, immediately change your emotions. So right now, let me give you a frame of reference about what I'm saying. I learned a long time ago that if I really wanted to succeed on an ongoing basis, I probably needed to measure my level of emotion, my level of intensity. I got a lot of this by working with professional athletes. I noticed that most athletes are really conscious of and pay attention to managing their emotions and their states. And you watch a tennis player, and every time before he hits the ball, he bounces the ball the exact same way, the exact same rhythm, kind of anchors himself, if you will, or triggers himself back into state. Football players do it differently. They grab their other buddy's head and they go wham, 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 and smack heads with him, and they feel good. Baseball players, they spit, grab their legs, scratch the ground, but they do certain things every time to get themselves in state. And as I started work with professional athletes, people like the Los Angeles Dodgers or the United States Army or individual Olympic athletes, every one of them focused on are they ready or not, kind of checking their state. But you see, in life, I think life is not black and white. I look at life as having many hues and colors and shades. So one day I pulled one of these guys aside and I said, look, it's not are you ready or you're not. Let's try a stupid game, okay? Let's pretend we're going to measure your level of power and readiness on a scale from 0 to 10. 0 is you're dead, 10 is you're absolutely unstoppable. I said, where are you on that scale? The guy said, well, I'm about level 7, 6.5, 7. I said, well, you're about to bat right now against Dwight Gooden. Tell me, if you stay at level 7, what's going to happen? You know what was amazing? Instantly, he could tell me. When he realized where he was, he said, I'll either ground out, or I'll pop up, or I'm going to be in a situation where I'm going to strike out. I said, what level do you need to be at on a scale from 0 to 10 to be successful with Dwight Gooden? He said, level 12. I said, okay, that gives me a frame of reference. So you also need to know where you need to be successful. Now, with an athlete, it's pretty clear. For peak performance, they got to be at level 10 or above, if you will, on a scale from 0 to 10. But isn't your life just as important as an athlete's? If you're going to go in right now and you're going to influence your son or daughter to do something like get excited about their schoolwork, how are you going to do that if you're at level 3? It's not going to happen. Too often I see parents that go, I just can't motivate my children. I just don't understand why. I talked to them about all the reasons why they should really go for it, but it just doesn't seem to work. Do you have any suggestions, Mr. Robbins? I'll say, yeah, try talking a little faster for your children. See, the way we use our voice will affect our states. See, I have a lot here I want to share with you in a short period of time, so I speed up a little bit. How would you feel if I said, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is day 5. And today, what we're going to learn to do is manage our states of mind and emotion. And over the next 30 days of this program, I want you for hours at a time to listen to my voice. After you came out of a deep trance and turned off the tape, I doubt very seriously if we create very much change. Now, I'm not saying it's not appropriate to talk in a more relaxed way than I am in this frenzied pace that I'm sharing with you to try and get everything in. But what I am saying is, make sure that you're in an appropriate state for what it is you're trying to accomplish. Does that make sense? On a scale from 0 to 10, where do you need to be effective at a given task? If you want somebody to feel loved by you, you probably don't want to go level 10. Go, I love you, I love you, I love you, okay! That probably won't work either. So everything is context related. But I'm asking you today to commit yourself for the next 4 or 5 days, even though we'll be doing other exercises, to looking at what state are you living in your life. If you want to look at the state of your life, look at the level of intensity and joy and passion you're creating. Where are you today on a scale from 0 to 10? Or better yet, before you started this 30-day program, where were you? Do you remember that first day? Before you got the tape program or anything else, where were you on a scale from 0 to 10? You remember where you were, first of all? Think about it for a moment, if you would. Where were you? What was your state like? Where were you on a scale from 0 to 10? Now I want you to think of something. Where were you after you finished that first tape on a scale from 0 to 10? Most people that we followed up with and interviewed with are usually at level 8 or above. And when they started out, they were in level 6 or 5 or 4 or 3. And so what I want you to do is do it without me. You don't need me to change your state. You need you. You need to move your body differently, and you need to pay attention to where you are. Use the state that's most appropriate for where you need to be for the given situation. So let me give you, first of all, some specifics about how you could change your body. I've mentioned a lot of them, but let's be really precise. The number one way that you can change the way you feel at any moment in time is to change the way you move. The reason is this. In fact, you might want to remember this phrase. Emotion is created by motion. The way you move your physical body is the fastest way of changing your emotions. So, for example, if I'm not feeling passionate and I want to, instead of pumping myself up, all I have to do is clap my hands or move my hands rapidly and make a rapid gesture. Not a little minor one where I just push my hands out a little bit and then bring it back at a slow pace, but I mean speed, acceleration, if you will. If you speed up the quality of your movements, you will instantly change your emotional state and your intensity. So try it right now. Even while you're listening to me, here's what I want you to do. Take your hands and put them together so that you're touching them almost like in a praying motion. And what I want you to do when I say now is, at the pace I say, I want you to pull them apart and just gradually pull them out to your sides at the pace that I count, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and by the time I hit 4, you should be level with your shoulders. Okay, let's try it. Your hands are together, and just notice what happens to how you feel. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, bring your hands back together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is known as a state of absolute boredom. Right. So let's try something new. Let's try moving more rapidly. This time, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, when I say now, I want you to pull your hands apart and don't limit them to the length of your shoulders. I want you to literally pull them apart and pull them out as far as you can, like extending your entire wingspan. Now be careful on this. Look around you before you do this to make sure you don't hit anything. And let's have some fun. Do something silly. I know it seems ridiculous, but just try it. Now if you're driving, this is not useful. Keep one hand at least on the wheel and try it with the other one. Okay, here we go. Your hands are together, and when I say now, I want you to literally bring them out, explode them out to your sides, and extend your fingers and everything out as far as it can go. In other words, you're going to take your hands and make them go as fast as they can apart all the way out, and extend them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! And just feel that. And bring your hands together again into a clap. Okay, and then do it again. Out as fast as you can. Go. As fast as you can. Bring them in. And again, out as fast as you can. Again, in. Again, out fast. Now, if you do this about 10 times, you will feel what we call a state change. Do you feel it now? Now, I know this may sound weird and bizarre. You're going, okay, Tony, what am I supposed to do? Create this wingspan every time I need to change state? No, what I'm saying is you must learn to develop what I call power moves. What a power move is to me is finding a certain type of gesture, or a couple of them, that no matter how bad I was feeling, or frustrated, or tired, or whatever the case may be, that I can make this movement and instantly I feel strong. Instantly I feel resourceful. Instantly I feel like I could turn things around. You need to develop what those are, and you already have them, because you've had times in your life when you felt great. How were you moving at that time? That's the first clue. In fact, what I often do with people is get them to stand up and walk around the room and notice how would they walk if they felt totally successful. I mean unstoppable. Try it right now. Oh, you're going, well, I'm in the car. Great. If you're in the car, then you can try this later on. But if you're actually listening to me and you're not in the car, stand up right now and try something. Come on. Don't just listen to me. Stand up. Come on. I'm watching you. I'm there. You got to know this. And what I want you to do is stand up and walk around the room. And what I want you to do is, first of all, walk the way you normally walk. Just, walk around in a circle or walk straight back and forth. Notice how that feels. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Now, what I want you to do now is make a state change. And I want you to, if you would, imagine that you feel absolutely strong and unstoppable. I mean, in your power. And what I want you to do is just walk around the room as if you felt unstoppable and powerful. And move your body the way you would be if you were unstoppable and powerful. Go ahead and try it right now. Go ahead, walk around the room and actually strut the way you would strut if you felt unstoppable and powerful. Make a gesture or two the way you would if you felt unstoppable. And then try to go back to the opposite again. Go to feeling not confident, not sure, and walk around the room not sure about whether you can succeed, making gestures like you're not sure. Feel the difference in your body. I want you to get an example of that. Then back to confident again. Make it strong. They say, what if I'm listening in the car? Well, if you're listening in the car, all I want you to do is sit right now, or even if you're sitting down, come back with me right now and sit down. What I want you to do is just notice how you can change your state from being bored and tired to feeling energized just by changing your body. So try this. First of all, sit the way you'd be sitting right now if you had 5 times more energy than any other time you can remember. Come on, go for it. Don't just listen. If you're just going to listen to this tape and not follow through, turn it off. But if you're going to go for it and make changes, then play with me, okay? Sit up in your chair right now. Come on, sit up the way you'd be sitting if you had 5 times more energy than any other time. Breathe right now the way you'd be breathing if you felt strong and excited and energized.